Hello, everybody. Welcome to ICC's Game of the Day. I'm Grandmaster Joel Benjamin, and today I have round four from the London Classic. Well, it was a fairly interesting round. I don't know if you could really call it a Benjamin bump, as there was only one decisive game today, but material imbalances in most of the games. So there was a little intrigue at least, and looked like there might be more decisive games along the way, but it didn't turn out that way. So let's take it game by game, and we'll go in order of, I think, least interesting to most interesting. First game was Caruana Aronian. We're not actually going to take a look at it, but I'll just say that it was a Roy Lopez or Spanish opening, and Caruana eventually got the queen and knight combination against queen and bishop, but his king was just a little exposed. He couldn't activate his knight, so that led to a draw agreed. Next up, we're going to have a bit of a look at the game Geary against So, where Geary played very conservatively in the beginning, and So really kind of worked to create an interesting position and develop some chances to win, but wasn't able to in the end. So it's one of these bishop f4s that have become really popular. Kamsky's been playing this kind of thing for a long time. Kramnik is showing a lot of nuances. It's not the greatest trend in the openings, I have to say. It's maybe good for the common man, but it doesn't really lead to very interesting positions. But So kind of mixes it up with his move knight h5. So he's playing a kind of stonewall system with f5, and he's getting ready to push f4, maybe bring the knight back to f6 and e4. So now we have some fireworks. Knight f5 hitting the knight, counterattacking the bishop. I think really kind of nicely done by Black, because this position is turning out nicely for him. He doesn't even go for rook f5, take back the pawn. He's not really concerned. Attacks the pawn on e3, and he has queen b6 coming to win that pawn. So Geary gives the pawn back and looks to simplify, and queen f3 forces some more trading. And Wesley goes into the endgame with two bishops and his pawn on e5 weak. And Geary kind of struggles to try to hold it. And here he drops the e5 pawn. But now b4 starts up some counterplay on the queen side. And it looks like Black may end up a pawn up, but here White plays b6, so that if Black takes the pawn, C takes d5. You could get to a very simplified position where Black's advantage is doubled b pawns. So young Wesley decided to try to take on c4. So if b takes a7, the rook comes to a5 and cleans up both a pawns. So he took on c4. And he got to this position, and Black just wasn't quite able to win. There was some further simplification. The queenside pawns got traded. They both have passed pawns, but White is kind of happy to liquidate. And in such positions, sometimes that extra pawn can help lead to a win. Here, So was short of time. But he got into a kind of position where his king side was kind of tied down. This g5, Black, of course, does not want to simplify anymore, but now he's stuck. After rook a7, there's nothing he can do here. And White doesn't have to win the pawn. He just is not allowing Black to make progress in any way. So after a few more perfunctory moves, they traded these pawns, and the White king is